Please help me welcome a lifelong digital marketer, public speaker, two-time seven-figure entrepreneur, host of the Business Talk podcast, and CEO of the AI startup Syllabi. With over 4,000 TikTok videos under his belt and a track record of tripling revenue for his business and clients, please welcome the content creation powerhouse, Austin Armstrong.
All right. Thank you, everybody. You know, before BJ said something on the panel earlier, I wasn't sure if that voiceover was AI or not. So I don't know where she went. She's hiding back there. You have a great voice. Now, I know everyone's probably really overwhelmed. It's the end of the day. It's been crazy. Our brains are exploded from AI information. But I want to raise that energy level up a little bit more. I need your help. In the spirit of today, we're going to do a video together. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do a selfie. I'm going to count you down, and I want you all to go freaking crazy. Stand up if you want. Throw your hands in the air. Cheer, woo. Let's go out with a bang, and then we're all going to drink some beer together at Mother Earth. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. Amazing. All right. So I have been a content creator for a long time, and I wanted to separate a little bit from all AI and what's working right now across social media too. So the first part of this is going to be really, really tactical, actionable advice that you can implement. I'm going to throw a lot at you, don't be overwhelmed. And then I'm going to show you some AI tools that can really help you be more productive and grow a lot faster. So a little bit about me. I've been doing social media for as long as it's been around. 20 plus years now, believe it or not, back on MySpace. Any friends of Tom in the room? Remember back? I told you, BJ, I'd bring up MySpace last night. And I don't just mean that I was active on MySpace. I started when I was 14 years old. And I was actually able to grow large followings. I had hundreds of thousands of followers on MySpace. And I was able to monetize that in a lot of different ways. I was doing email lead generation. I was promoting local bands and t-shirt companies. I was even doing essentially what I'm doing right now as well. I had a brilliant software developer friend. We're 15, 16 years old. And we helped people grow their following on MySpace as well. And we used my influence to help to grow that SaaS tool very early on. Fast forward to today, I'm doing the same exact thing, which is pretty crazy. But I very much practice what I preach ever since. I have over 3 million followers today across every single social media platform. Very active, daily content creator. I've been posting stuff today even. And I've been in the video marketing agency space overall for about 11 years now. I worked my way up from being an unpaid intern to a paid intern to a part-time employee to a full-time employee. My boss at that company became my business partner and really is a mentor to me throughout life. And my most recent company is Syllabi, which I'm going to share some stuff at the end. But everything that I've learned over the last 20 years in social media and 11 years in video marketing and video production, helping service-based businesses grow on social media, I turned into Syllabi, which is a complete A to Z automation software. So let me see your hands. Like, who does not like to create social media content? A lot of hands. Okay. Who wishes that they never had to create another piece of content, but still wants the rewards that can come from mass success? All right. We're gonna get into that. And lastly, real quick, I've been in the AI space. I'm a pretty early adopter across the board. I got in slightly before ChatGPT. Not super innovator, but I've been involved for about 3 years now. I started to see early models from OpenAI called DALL-E come online, which is their first text-to-image generation model, and it was so ugly when it first came out. But we've seen just throughout today how impressive that text-to-image generation has become, and it's only getting better, and now we're in the video world too. And so, like I said, I very much practice what I preach. These are some of my followings across the board. I used to have about 900,000 followers on TikTok. They banned me. I have a very love-hate relationship with that platform. But once you learn a lot about these strategies, you can really grow very quickly. So I'm back up to about 190,000 followers on there. I have over 1 million followers on Facebook. I'm 800,000 followers on Instagram and 600,000 followers on YouTube. To be honest with you, all I want to do is create content online. I build businesses so that I am allowed to create content every single day. I say this constantly. If I sold everything, I didn't have to worry about money, I would still create content every single day because it's what I'm so passionate about. And that might be strange for some of you that hate creating content, but I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. I love it. I've never burned out, and I am so passionate about that. And that's why I love speaking about all of this stuff. And by the way, I love interacting. So if you have any questions throughout this presentation, please just throw your hand up and let's interact. Let me help you however I best can in whatever circumstance that you want. A quick YouTube story too that I'll share because this is pretty funny. I used to give my wife updates constantly. Every single time I'd hit a new milestone, she was the person that I would say, honey, I just reached 10,000 followers on this thing. And I was trying to figure out YouTube. I couldn't get YouTube to click for years and years and years. I had posted 500 videos on YouTube over the course of a 3-year period. And I got to about 5,000 subscribers, which is okay. But I wasn't even monetized. To monetize on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And all it takes is one video to go viral to change your life. And so we were on vacation in Mexico, in Tulum, sipping mezcalitas on the beach, and it happened. I had spent all of this time, so many years, creating videos every single day, and it exploded. And I look over her, we're sitting there in our linen shirts on a beach, it's beautiful, and it finally happens. I say, honey, I went viral on YouTube, I'm getting hundreds of thousands of views every single minute. And she's like, yeah, that's cool, but we're on the beach in Tulum. Get off your phone and be present. Just like, right here. That's why we create that. Remember why we're in business, why we do what we do, to be the best that we can for our families. And so these are the platforms that I highly recommend that everybody is involved with right now. It's going to depend on what your audience is on. That's why it's super important to know who your audience is, where they live online, where they're spending the most amount of time. Don't worry, I'm going to give really detailed examples of the type of content that's working on every single one of these platforms as well. YouTube, highly, highly recommend this platform. It's not just a social media platform, it's also a search engine. It's the second most popular search engine in the world. People are visual learners. They go to these platforms to type in things. We heard a lot through today. TikTok as well. TikTok's a search engine. I don't even go to Google anymore to find out. I went on TikTok to learn about Kinston. We were skiing 2 weeks ago in Stowe, and so I wanted to see all the ski lanes in Stowe and learn about the town. So I went on TikTok and I went on YouTube to find out more about these things because it shows you the personal experience. That's the power of video. I don't care about the TripAdvisor blog article or the inflated Google search result ads that don't really tell me what the experience is going to be like. But seeing amazing influencers like these two over here that travel around the world and actually share around the country in your bus and actually share those in-person experiences and try this individual drink and go to the O'Neill Hotel because it's so cool and experience that. You don't get that from a Google search. You get that from video and real social media content. Instagram is amazing. Facebook, it's not the sexiest platform out there anymore. It's a little dated, but it's where I have the most followers. It's where I do the most business. It's where I get the most engagement. LinkedIn, of course, we're all business professionals in this room. And Threads. Who's active on Threads, out of curiosity? Just started, okay. I got it over here. Threads is Meta's Twitter or X clone. Meta loves to steal from every other social media platform out there. And as soon as Elon purchased X, they saw it going down. and it has been going down. And they saw an opportunity to jump on that with Threads. There's over 100 million people on Threads. Meta has all of the data. Yeah, Blue Sky is a newer platform. It's built on Jack Dorsey developed it, right? Yeah, so it's an open source Twitter clone essentially. It's really the first social media platform that's designed with Web3 in mind. I believe that you can actually build platforms on top of the technology that Blue Sky is built on as well. I heard Mark Cuban do an interview about that recently, which is pretty interesting. With if TikTok is actually banned, he would openly fund decentralized social media platforms. So he was looking for presentations. Not super active yet. I try to be active on as many platforms as I can. I tend to spend my energy on the platforms that are getting the most engagement, and I'm seeing the most amount of ROI, but it's growing. Yeah. Yeah, Instagram. It's going to be so similar to Instagram because they're interconnected. So as soon as the fastest way to grow on Threads, by the way, is to grow on Instagram. Because as soon as you sign up for a Threads account, it's going to automatically import, or it's going to show you all of the people that you follow on Instagram and encourage you to follow them as well. And so everybody that signs up for Threads is seeing all of the people that they already follow on Instagram. And so it's really fast to grow on it. So, yep. Yeah. So absolutely, you can see everything on there. It's you can monetize on Threads now. That's a really fun platform. That's a really fun platform to jump into. I'm getting way more engagement on that than I am even on X or on Blue Sky. There's so many new platforms popping up too. Like, I'm not going to cover Red Note. I don't know if anyone heard that. The 14 hours that TikTok went down, everyone's like, we're going to stick it to the man. A partially owned Chinese company that's operated and run out of America. We're gonna stick it to the man, and we're gonna go on an all Chinese platform that's in Mandarin, run entirely on Chinese servers. Really funny, but yeah. Pretty much, I wanted to only show what's worked for me. And so I'm not going to tell you a strategy that I haven't personally seen work. So that's why I personally, I don't have it on here. Be active on it if you want to. It's a great way to get news sources. I still get all my news off of TikTok personally. But yeah, I just haven't had that much growth on it. And so I don't feel comfortable sharing education on something that I haven't personally done. Any other questions about social before we jump in? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that is such an important question because you never know which one of these platforms is going to explode. So in case you didn't hear what she said, all of these new platforms come up. If you have a handle that you use across the board, you're a university, you're a company, you're a content creator that uses the same @handle across every single platform, just sign up for those platforms, even if you don't use them, as soon as you see them pop up on there, and reserve that handle, even if you do nothing else with it, just so that you're preventing someone from pretending to be you, faking your account. I mean, there's so many fake Twitter accounts that have popped up over the years. I get tons of imposters on Facebook and Instagram. That's why I pay for verification on there to prevent people from scamming the people that follow my content. But that's even if you're not active on there, you don't have to be active on every single platform. That's why I'm focusing on these ones that I'm personally seeing the most engagement with. but spend, 10, 15 minutes signing up for, you can go in the App Store, categories, social, and then just go through that list and just reserve those handles on those accounts, and then just wait and see. Maybe Fanbase or Clapper or Rednote or Blue Sky or one of these other platforms that is on the way up will become more relevant. But even if they're not right now, that's a really great question. So let's keep moving forward here. So I am a short form content creator. I've been creating content forever, but where I really had the most traction with was short form video. When TikTok came out, it was like I was waiting my entire career for this platform to rot my brain. But no, it really has helped my business. I've built multiple businesses off of TikTok. I made 2 really good bets in life and business recently. It was to go all in on short form video, and I went all in on AI really early on as well. And I think you've seen in the society and in the world how that worked out, and it's been very good for me. But if you've never created content before, it is so hard to take complex pieces of information and distill it into 60 seconds, right? So hard. If you follow a framework like this, though, it is going to help you do exactly that. Think in headlines, newspaper headlines, or the terrible magazines in the grocery store that just capture your attention right there. So stop the scroll with a powerful opening hook. All of my content, I do this every single time. I'll start my video immediately like, these 5 websites feel illegal to know. And as you're scrolling through your feed, you're like, whoa, what is this guy talking about? Of course, they're not illegal. But it causes you to be like, whoa, what is he going to talk about? Or if you stack these 3 websites together, it's going to destroy the internet. Of course, that's not going to happen. The internet's still here, right? But it's a scroll stopping hook. Don't talk about yourself. This is going to sound counterintuitive. People know how to go to your profile and see your About Me and click on your website if they want to learn more about the information that you're sharing with them. Don't make it about you. Always make it about the audience that you're trying to help. So cut that out. That's going to save you 5, 10 seconds right there. Talk about a problem that your audience is dealing with. I work a lot with therapists and addiction treatment centers in my career. That just happened to be the area of expertise that I developed with my business partner. And so we would interview therapists and just hold a camera up to their screen or to their face and be like, if you're dealing with depression because the new political system scares me right now, I don't know what this is going to be for me, I've got 3 tips that are going to help calm you down right now. So you're building that rapport with them. You're talking about a problem that they're feeling in that moment. You want to align with that audience and build credibility and trust. So this is where you can talk a little bit about yourself and why you are the expert that's going to be able to help them with that information of the problem that you just addressed. Resolve that problem with actionable free advice. One of the best lessons that I learned in marketing is to give your best information away for free. Give the information away for free, sell the implementation. Sell the specifics. This, BJ talked about this earlier, know, like, and trust. You have to stay top of mind constantly for them to know you. You have to talk about problems that they are dealing with for them to like you. And you have to provide them with education that they can take away so that they trust you. And when you do this constantly over and over and over again, you are the first person that they think of when they are ready to reach out. And then tell them what to do, a single call to action. Don't do the smash the heart, tag 3 friends, share this with 47 people, save this video for later. Analysis paralysis. If you tell them to do too many things, they're not going to do anything at all. But if you tell them to do one really specific thing, they are much more likely to do that thing. So I will do a single call to action, like save this video so you can take action on it later. And I'm waiting and call to action that I know that the algorithms on these platforms prioritize. They prioritize shares or saving than they do just a quick heart. Because there's different intention behind the engagement that we put on these platforms. You know, how many times you're scrolling, you're doom scrolling on TikTok and you're like, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, tap. They don't weight that as much as you watch the video for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you save that video, and then you come back to that video later and rewatch that video, and then you go to their profile. Those are the actions and levels of engagement that these platforms prioritize. And so if you follow this exact framework in every video that you do, you can expand it into longer form of content. Yeah? So let's riff off of this. So you asked if this worked in every different industry with a restaurant. So it's a good question. So this is more based off of educational service-based businesses. But we could do something like, if you're in Kinston, this is the #1 coffee shop that you need to go to. If you're tired, it's 8 a.m. in the morning, you're going to the SMS conference, this is the perfect coffee shop. I forget the name of the coffee shop we went to this morning. We went to a really, really cute little coffee shop. And this is a secret menu item that is not listed on the menu. And if you leave a comment with the word latte and show me that, I'll give you a 50% discount when you come into the store. That's rough. You could you could adapt that a little bit more. But this is just a fantastic format. It's stacking the odds in your favor. That's what we're trying to do here. Don't go in blind to creating content. Go in with a strategy so that if you're waiting for that one video to really pop off and go viral, this will give you a higher percentage chance of doing that. I wouldn't go too into the weeds with that, but just, yeah, alternate, test everything, tag one friend that really needs this in the comments. Remember just one call to action. That's the point that I want to make with this. What I really want them to get is come back to that video, come back to your content. So that's why I do share this with yourself or save this video for later, because maybe they're not in the mindset right now to binge through your content, but they want to come back to it later when they are in that mindset. And so these are what actually works on social media right now. These are what I am personally doing as a content creator to grow. Just on Facebook this last month, I did 45 million views, all organically. I have personally done billions with a B of organic views on social media following what I'm going to show you. No ad dollars behind it. And I don't have fancy equipment either. Every single video that I create is on my phone in selfie mode. I have a ring light. I don't even have a tripod for my phone. I put it up on my laptop screen. But Facebook Reels, and so you don't have to do this much content. This is what I'm doing. There's different ways that you can batch record content, plan ahead, use AI models. We're going to get into some of that. But Facebook Reels are massive right now. Like I said, Facebook loves to steal everything. TikTok came out and exploded short-form video across the world. And so what happens? What's the timeline look like? TikTok was banned in India and a lot of other countries. And so YouTube Shorts was the first mover. YouTube Shorts came out immediately, followed by Instagram Reels, followed by Facebook Reels. And when I say Facebook Reels, I don't mean Instagram Reels and toggling on also share to Facebook. I mean literally going into the Facebook app, or you can do this on the desktop version now. You weren't always able to do that. And manually uploading it through Facebook to Reels. It's a different algorithm. Relatable memes. Memes still work. I don't know if you can see this up here, but my Facebook friends, when they see my business posts, it's a blind person just walking, pretending to not see my stuff. I long ago sacrificed my personal profile on Facebook for reach. I sacrificed my friends and family, my embarrassing photos when I was a 16-year-old so that I could grow my business. 2.5 years ago, Facebook rolled out professional mode on personal profiles. This is different from a page. This allows your personal profile to get all of the benefits of a page, and it gets more reach if you're okay doing it. You don't have to do it. I did it. But you get full analytics. You can monetize all of your content. You can set up automations to invite people that engage with your content into your groups to like your pages, all sorts of different things. You can purchase verification, which I have on your personal profile as well, which gives you priority support with Meta. I don't recommend it if you don't have to do it. It's kind of bullshit, to be honest. Their support is absolute trash, but I do it to protect my audience. And then, you don't have to if you want to keep your family and personal life separate from business. I did it because most of the stuff that I was posting on my Facebook page was business related anyway. And I still mix them. When we go on vacation or we're out of town or something like that, I'm still posting those photos. But nobody cares about it. But I've turned that professional mode on. Yeah. Oh, community. Yeah. hmm Yeah. This is actually not me. This was a client. I just posted that before, but I am an AI influencer. That's like 70% of the content that I create. I am trying to attract business owners and content creators that are interested in AI, specifically that want to know how to use tools for their marketing. I'm a marketer. Yep. And so I have fun with a lot of this stuff. I have a quirky, weird personality, and so I will post memes all the time. I will argue with the trolls. I'm going to get into some weird strategies with that. I've learned a couple psychological tricks over the days, but yeah, it's mostly AI and marketing and video-oriented content. I'm going to come into an AI strategy with this, but relatable text threads are killing it on Facebook right now. One sec. So you start with a really powerful opening hook. Rest in peace, PowerPoint. AI can now create your presentation in 30 seconds. Here's a list of 6 AI tools that can create those presentations for you. And then you leave 6 threads of comments, and that is just a format that works for whatever reason. You can see the engagement on that. 14,000 people liked it, 35,000 shares, 1,000 comments. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. I know you can't do it on personal profiles anymore, so that is a bummer. I can't do polls. You can do polls in groups. I think most pages can do polls, but I have to confirm that. That's a great question. I want to look more into that. Because polls are a great way, especially on LinkedIn, to get tons of engagement, just really simply. YouTube working strategies across the board, shorts. You know, when you build a presentation in PowerPoint and then you upload it to Google Slides, they just cut some text off sometimes. But when you're creating short form content, you can repurpose it across every single platform. So these don't need to be unique videos anymore. Create evergreen content that's just sharing value, talking about your business, talking about the problems that you are trying to help people with online. Long form content videos, you don't need to do too many of these. You can just do one or two a week. And then community posts. How many people are active on YouTube? street. Not that many. Okay. Okay. Keep your hands up if you're active on YouTube. All right. Keep your hands up if you're posting on your community tab. You are? Oh, okay. It's like you're the one. YouTube has put a lot of effort into making their platform more of a community, more of a social media platform. And so the community tab is a great way to repurpose a lot of those other content. Post those memes, post text threads, post updates, post links to your blog articles, post anything that you would share on Instagram or Facebook or any of these other platforms, share it on your community tab. They reach a ton of people. TikTok, how's everyone feeling about TikTok, by the way? You good on it? You still not good? Give me a thumbs up. You like TikTok? Thumbs down. You're like, nah, mostly not. Okay. Yeah, kind of like this. All right, yeah. It might get banned. I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok, but for years I have talked about TikTok because this platform has changed my life. I think the opportunity is still so good on TikTok. Buy yourself a burner phone that is just your TikTok phone. Turn that sucker off, rip the battery out, throw it down the street, and only turn that phone back on when you're ready to post a TikTok video. That's how good the opportunity is, though. There is, I think, 170 million people in the United States on TikTok. That's more than half of the country. And if you think about that, I was hearing some statistics about this. That's half of America, right? But how many Americans are under the age of, I forget, it's like 14 or 15 is the age that you're allowed to be on TikTok in the first place that they let you. It should be 18, but of the percentage of Americans that are open to being on TikTok, it's like 90%. Some crazy stats there. Everybody is on TikTok. That's what I'm trying to get across here. Everybody is on TikTok, whether you like it or not. Whether it's not just kids dancing on there. That has really not been the case for a long time. These platforms start at a young demographic, and then they age up. But it's the username 4536945555 that has no posts on there. There's no profile image. That's the professor that's trying to check out what this big deal is about, that all their kids are on the platform. Your business, your target ICPs are on TikTok. It's a huge opportunity. So regular value-based videos with that START framework. These are some really good nuanced types of content that are specific for TikTok. So CapCut templates. Anyone use CapCut as a video editor? That's great. That was even a bigger issue for me than TikTok being banned in that 14 hours. I'm like, no, I can't edit my videos now. I love CapCut. It's so good. They are full. So TikTok, the parent company ByteDance owns CapCut and TikTok, and so they're folding a lot of the functionality and features in. But there's a lot of these templates in CapCut itself that turn into trends, essentially. And so you can use that template in your content, and it links in the actual TikTok video. It's displayed there, so anybody can jump in and do that same template video. And TikTok's all about trends. If you jump on these trends, it's a really fast-track way to skyrocket your content. And then green screen reacts. This is just another type of content where you can actually remove the background with AI right in TikTok or any of these video editors now, where you are talking about a scene or a video or news story or something cool that you want to add your context to. Great strategy. Yeah. So 1 to 2 value-based educational TikTok videos per day. Let me see if I can actually edit this thing over here real quick. Just to make this, I can't. 2 to 3 posts a day. Stay consistent with it. Yeah. Oh, I have a whole, I'm gonna get into that.
Okay.
It works, use it morally and ethically. I'm gonna get into that a little bit. I'm not gonna dwell too long on this. Instagram Reels, it's the same context across the board. If you're only posting one video a week, you're just not doing enough to stay top of mind. You have to post more, especially in an era of AI, when you can automate content creation every single day, 5 times a day, on valuable content. People are spending one day a month to batch content online, to upload and schedule 2 to 3 videos every single day. I know it sounds like a lot. AI makes this stuff a lot easier. We're going to get into it. Let me just go over this real quick. Threads is really cool too. A lot of these you're going to see are the same strategies that are working on every single platform right now. Videos, post them 1 to 2 times a day. High value text threads, post them 1 to 2 times a day. Motivational text posts like this, 1 to 2 times a day. Use this content specific to your industry, specific for the audience that you're trying to reach, and do it everywhere. Don't give your audience an excuse to not find you. You have valuable information that the world needs to know. I always said this to therapists, that they feel like there's an ethical dilemma of providing valuable information online. And I say to them, you almost have an obligation to create content, because even if it doesn't result in a client, your video might literally save people's lives. Yeah. Yeah, same exact video. Don't need to overcomplicate it. You don't need to, I'm already telling you to post 2 to 3 times a day. They don't need to be unique. Go in with a plan, follow a framework, stack the odds in your favor, and post them everywhere. Personally, Facebook, it's where I spend the most amount of time. It's where I get the most engagement, the most enjoyment. It's where I get the most networking from. It was TikTok for a while, but I've been banned like 5 times from TikTok. You can set that up, absolutely. I manually post because I've anecdotally seen that these platforms don't like schedulers as much. They might limit your reach a little bit. Don't let that impact your consistency over time, though. And double speaking at you over here with that thing. Whatever you are comfortable with. You can set it up to automatically post across the board.
Now, does it mess with the quality from Instagram to Facebook?
Not if it's automatically shared. Now, if you're downloading a video off of Facebook, or if you like to create content on TikTok, which a lot of people do, and then you download that video and post it onto Instagram, that will downgrade the actual quality. But again, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because the information is what is the most impactful. Don't worry about oh, my video's 720p instead of 1080p. Yeah, I mean, perfectionism is procrastination. Yeah, personally, I think hashtags are not as relevant anymore. Yeah, these algorithms have all the data in the world. Facebook has their own model, Llama, out now that's trained on all of our data. As long as your message is really good, that's what you need to specifically focus on. You can add hashtags, you can do all of that stuff, but it's not as relevant anymore. Yeah, download the watermark. I'm going to keep speeding through here because I think we're running low on time. I love these questions, but so LinkedIn working strategy as well. Newsletter 1 to 2 times a week. Anyone have a LinkedIn newsletter, by the way? No? Did you know that you can post your entire newsletter through LinkedIn as an article that also ranks on Google for SEO? Now you do. If you don't know, now you know. It's great. Long text posts again, video posts. All right, to answer your question, we're going to talk about engagement hacks and rage bait. Prepare, everybody. I'm going to get a little weird here for a second. but I'm going to rail it in. Yeah, just starting now. None of this has been weird yet. So being on social media for 20 years, I've learned a couple tricks. All these platforms care about is engagement. They don't care if it's positive engagement or negative engagement. As humans, it's easier to get negative engagement because when you say something wrong, you spell something wrong, you plant your foot on the ground and you make a stance. People love to assert their egos, share their anecdotal evidence of why they are right and you are wrong. They love to correct you because that's the nature. So I troll the trolls. And so there's a lot of little psychological engagement hacks that you can incorporate to drastically increase the engagement on your content. I don't know if you've seen some of these. So the core concept that I want to get across here is insider language in your content is a really important way to build community online. If you have little recurring Easter eggs or something in your content that your fans know and see it every single time, they are in on that inside joke. I will mispronounce words on purpose. I will say things wrong in my content. I will plant weird folders below the URLs that I share in my content. So this was a tool I highlighted called Hola VPN, and in my video I said Holla VPN. You can see over here, Holla VPN, and this one's going to be a little weird. I share useful AI tools and websites. I will plant a folder that says something like Mr. Beast NUD ... And I don't make mention of it. It's just there. And without a doubt, every single time that I do that, people run to the comments and they say, yo, that folder a little sus, man. What's going on? Did anyone else see that? And it creates a comment thread of people that just make fun of me. I've got thick skin. I've been on the internet a long time. But it's insider jokes. It's insider language. So my followers know to run in there and say, first time here, huh? But I also know that while they're running to the comment to assert their ego and make fun of me, that my video is still playing in the background, racking up watch time. And I know that the information in my video is actually helpful. So I'm leveraging the trolls to increase my engagement and my view duration on my videos. I do this every single video that I create. If you watch my content, look for it. You'll see it. It works. Now, you don't have to get that crazy. I know there's a lot of educators in the room. You don't have to do that in your videos if you do that. I bring up this example a lot because I speak at real estate-oriented conferences, and I am still waiting. I love this example. So has everyone seen like a house tour video online? Like, here's what $500,000 can get you in Durham, North Carolina, right? I am just waiting for a real estate agent to do a beautiful tour, and they go outside and they show the beautiful background or the backyard, and then inexplicably there's a person in a Bigfoot costume just walking from one tree to the next tree. Make no mention of it. That video would go viral, I guarantee it. Find different ways that you can incorporate recurring themes through your content. Build that Easter egg. How are we doing on time? Good? All right. Now we're going to get into some of the AI stuff. Because I told you how to do it. You don't have to create that much content. I recommend it. If you want to go viral, you want to get tons of engagement, some of these tools are going to help you be way more productive. And so I mentioned earlier these threads. These go crazy viral for me. I do 1 to 2 of these every single day because it works. You don't need to learn to code anymore. These 5 AI coding tools will help you create any app or program. And then I list them in a comment, right? Number 5 is Claude. Claude is the best, blah, 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 blah. Number 4 is ZZZ code. Number 2 is Bolt, blah, blah, blah. And I list all of these tools. But guess what? ChatGPT now automates those threads for me every single day. Has anyone used ChatGPT Tasks yet? This is a brand new feature. It's been out for less than a month. Nobody has used Tasks. Okay. We heard a lot about agentic AI today. These are some of the first tools that are starting to be publicly known as agents. And so what tasks do is it automates something for you based on the frequency that you give it. And so how you access this, now I think this is on the Plus plan. I am on the Pro plan. I'm going to talk about Operator in just a second here too. But you'll see this drop down when you switch the models, GPT-4o with scheduled tasks. And so now I have a task running every single day. Every day, I wanted to find an excuse to use this laser pointer. Every day at 9 a.m., can you send me a unique thread for social media that follows the following format? Each day should be unique and talk about different tools and tutorials. And then I give it tons of examples of my top performing threads in that space. The more examples that you give ChatGPT or any of these models in general, the better the output is going to be. That comes with better prompting. And you can go in and you can name that task. You can provide additional instructions. You can set the schedule if you want it daily, weekly, monthly, any frequency that you want, and the time of day on there too. And so there's a lot of tasks that you can set up and have daily automations. If you have ChatGPT on your phone, it'll notify you through there. It'll show a notification if you have notifications turned on ChatGPT in your browser. ChatGPT now has its own search functionality. If you have like Google Chrome, you can turn on that Chrome extension for it. But here's just a couple ideas. Every day at 8 a.m., write me a short video script following XYZ criteria. Now, you could take that start video framework that I just gave you and plug this in around what audience that you want to reach and different target topic ideas. And now every single morning, you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, a million video ideas with a full script that you can follow, so you don't have to think about what video should I create today. Or every day at 8 a.m. Eastern, research the top AI news stories from that day before and write me a text post for LinkedIn. Or every day at Friday, research the top news story in my industry and write it as a newsletter for me, for your email newsletter or for your LinkedIn newsletter. Or every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, write me a 2,000-word video script for YouTube about XYZ topic. Of course, you always want to give good examples. And now I assume nobody's used Operator if you haven't used Tasks yet, because this is even newer. This literally just came out last week. Operator, one person in the back. What have you used Operator for? I'm going to call on you. Yeah, same. It's kind of clunky. So I'm not going to go too deep into Operator, but Operator is going to be like 99% of people's first experience with an AI agent because they have the market share. AI agents already exist, but this is just going to be the easiest and fastest adoption of this technology. And what an agent essentially does is it does all of the tasks for you. And so for all of the people that raised their hand and said, I hated creating social media at the beginning of the day, now you can set up automation tasks to do it for you. Now, it is clunky. I'm not telling you to do this yet, but it's a great showing of what is about to come over the next couple of months. 2024 was the year of generative AI. 2025 is going to be the year of agents. You are going to hear this term over and over again blasted down your throats. All of these tools are going to be agentic AI. It is going to change our world. You think AI has moved our society fast? You don't know what's coming with these agents. So what I can do, this is an example of something that I did. I said search on Listen Notes to list the top 10 podcasts featuring InVideo.io, which is one of my tools, Syllabi's competitors. Create a table with each podcast name, website URL for each podcast, create a personalized email expressing my interest to be a guest on that podcast, highlight my expertise as CEO and co-founder of Syllabi, a platform, blah, 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 blah. And it opens this little browser in ChatGPT, and it does the tasks for me. It does the research for me, and it's doing it in real time in front of me. It's doing all of the research. It's indexing the podcasts that my competitors were on. It's researching the podcast owner and the podcast itself. It's writing a custom outreach email for me to pitch me to be a guest on that podcast. And you can even, you will be able to link your profile or your email platforms out there to send the emails on your behalf. So think about this. In any industry, you'll be able to say, create me a month worth of content based on my competitors' top posts, and give it examples, and you just tell it to go. And it will research content for you. It will come up with unique ideas. It will execute it for you. You don't need to copy and paste from ChatGPT anymore because it does the task for you. You can do this for everything now. They have examples listed in Operator like, book me a restaurant reservation at a Thai restaurant in Durham on Thursday night at 8 p.m. And it will do the research, and it will book that reservation for me. And you can go in and interject, and it'll, I forget who brought it up this morning. Was it Jason that was talking about Operator a little bit this morning? Anyone remember? I forget who brought it up, but it'll ask you different questions throughout. And now it's still a little clunky, so one of the funniest things I found about Operator real quick is that it can't pass CAPTCHA yet. Think about that. The whole point of CAPTCHA is to prevent bots. And so Operator's the cutting edge. They've raised billions and billions of dollars, but it still can't pass CAPTCHA. So it'll do its little task and stuff, and it's like, can you help me select the right fire hydrant? And then I go in and I select the fire hydrant and say, okay, go back. And then it continues on its little way. But it's crazy. But there's a lot of other amazing AI tools out there. Opus Clip. Has anyone used Opus Clip before? One person, a couple people. Awesome. What this tool does is you can input a long video that you've created, a podcast that you've done, a recording of a talk or a lecture, and it will automatically turn it into shorts for you. It repositions the face, it adds subtitles, it gives you a virality score, and now for doing one long-form video, you've automatically turned it into 10 videos so that it's a lot easier for you to do those 2 or 3 videos a day on all of those social media platforms. You have full control of customizations, everything that you want on there. And then this is my platform, Syllabi. So doing video marketing for 11 years, social media for 20 years, I wanted to automate A to Z everything that goes into growing on social media with video. I don't think it's appropriate for me to call it an agent, but it is definitely an automation software. And so I made a little video I got a little jealous when Scott and Jason were doing real-time examples this morning. And so I made my own real-time example. I made a hype video for Scott in Syllabi real quick that I'm going to play. Let's see.
Meet Scott Kelly, innovator, educator, entrepreneur, director of entrepreneurship at Campbell University. He's shaping the next generation of business leaders. With experience at IBM, Key Source Bank, and top universities like Duke and Elon, Scott brings real-world expertise to the classroom. He's built innovation programs, led startups, and now connects Campbell students to North Carolina's thriving business ecosystem. Through Rally Founded, he opens doors to new opportunities.
All right, so you get it. So Jason talked about he showed his hilarious video early on today, right? And he's like, I use this tool to do this, and then this tool to do this, and then this tool to do this, and then I stitched everything together. Well, I built the platform that does everything all in one and automates the scheduling to your social media and shows you topic ideas to create. So you can type in something like ChatGPT and search on platforms like Google, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on Pinterest, and it'll show you all of the questions with detailed information and data that people are actually searching for so that you can make educated decisions on the content that you create. And then it will actually give you all of the areas to customize that content. So we do have AI avatars. Dr. Lane mentioned HeyGen, which is a fantastic platform. Their avatars are better than ours. That's just like one thing that they do really well. They've raised tens of millions of dollars into their avatar technology, but we have it too. So you can automate creation of videos that look like you, move like you, sound like you. or these faceless style of videos if you're like, I just don't want my face on the internet for whatever reason. No problem. And so it'll write an entire script for you. We support 29 different languages. We have different subtitles, different voices. You can control the video length. You can create up to 10-minute long videos. You can now do URL to video in here. So you can paste a blog article, turn it into a video. You can upload an audio file and turn it in. And schedule across every single social media platform. So in less than 15 minutes, you can have a month of social media videos scheduled and published to every single platform, allowing you to never need to create a video yourself again. And I think I'm out of time because I'm getting the walk up here. But do we have time for a couple questions, or does anyone have any questions? Yeah, it starts at $25 a month. If you use the code WELCOME2025, it saves 25%. And if you come up to me at Mother Earth afterwards, I'll give you the first month for free. Any other questions? Let's go drink some beer.
Y'all give it up for Austin. Thank you so much.